Gonjiam, Psychiatric Hospital. If appearance of the building doesn't send shivers down your spine, its story will certainly have you thinking twice before you enter. Psychiatric hospitals are creepy in general, and the abandoned ones twice as creepy, and when they also have a reputation of being haunted, that's even worse. Gonjiam Psychiatric Hospital is known for its scary tales throughout Korea and abroad. Mind that, the building isn't haunted by the ghosts of just some normal, sound people, but rather, the insane, unsound mind. The Gonjiam Psychiatric Hospital has been labeled one of the most haunted places in South Korea, and CNN has claimed it was one of the freakiest places in the world. This haunted asylum is so famous that thousands of people break into it each year just to find ghosts. Believe it or not, the hospital was fully operational until 1995. We're talking real doctors, nurses, patients, the works, treatments, medicine, and all. Although, some say that the mental hospital was closed in the 1995 due to murderous patients and mad doctors. In fact, it happened because of economic downturns that resulted in unsanitary conditions and problems with sewage. The owner chose to simply escape, and the fate of the patients isn't absolutely clear. The hospital is technically closed to the public. Tourists are advised not to explore the asylum, but roughly 1,000 people break in and roam the ground each year. Suicide of the hospital director and escape of the landlord. The most famous ghost story of this haunted asylum is the hospital director who committed suicide by possessing a ghost. There is a rumor that the voice of the ghost can be heard when the hospital director enters the room where he committed suicide. There is also a rumor that the landlord escaped abroad after the suicide of the director. Since then, hospital finances went under. The hospital staffs went on strike, neglecting patients, and left the hospital. Eventually, the remaining patients died out alone and untreated on their bed in the hospital. There are also rumors that the hospital was closed for 4 years because the patients died without reason. The director of the hospital, who was believed to be an addict, harassed many patients and eventually hung them and killed them in room 206. He then fled because he was afraid that the fact would be revealed, and he is still missing. There are quite a lot of eyewitnesses who saw ghosts in the hospital. If you search the internet, you can find lots of pictures and videos of ghosts in the Gonjiam mental hospital. Because of the rumor that there are ghosts, there have been a lot of horror experience teams and broadcast reporters came to visit. After the movie about Gonjiam was released and the rumor spread, more horror seekers came to see for themselves. And those who visited there are still talking about witnessing the shadowy form of the ghost, or listening to strange sounds of wailing, crying, and moaning. In fact, residents of the Gonjiam town sometimes claiming to hear people crying from inside the hospital.